I have an embarrassing confession I have to make this week. Uh, I was actually scared of the dark until I was around 14 years old. And I was always scared of the dark, because I was afraid of the things that I couldn't see. And even today, I really still don't particularly like being in dark places. I'm not as necessarily scared of it anymore. But if there's an opportunity for a light to be on, I'm going to turn on that light because even though I'm not afraid of the dark anymore, I still don't like the dark and I much prefer the light. In fact, every night before I go to bed, I turn off all the lights in the apartment. And when I do, I can feel this sadness come over me because there's no more light. It's only darkness. And I'm not the only one who doesn't particularly like darkness. It's been scientifically proven, in fact, that people who are in darkness for too long can start to show psychological problems. So, as human beings, we need light. So, why would we choose to be without light? As Christians, we know that God is light. And John makes that point clear in First John 1, verses 5 through 7. Let's go ahead and read that this morning. Beginning in verse 5, this is the message we have heard from him and proclaimed to you, that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. If we say we have fellowship with him while we walk in darkness, we lie and do not practice the truth. But if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we will have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his son, cleanse us from all sin. Out of love for us, God has given us the option to choose him or to reject him. If God is light, we know that it would be foolish to reject him because we need him and we need his light, just like we need light in our own lives. However, when we choose to sin, we are choosing darkness over light, especially over his light. And continual exposure to sin, just like continual exposure to darkness, will have lasting effects.
When I think of walking in the light, I think of a two-lane road. The road has a double yellow line running down the center. In either lane, you want to remain close to the yellow lines. God is light, which is like that double yellow line. We're not God. We're not in the center, but yet we want to stay close to him. To get further away from that center line, you are more likely to run off the road. And I did that when I was in college. It was snowing on my way home from a trip in the winter, and I had veered just barely out of the tracks that the other cars had made in the snow. And just that small change caused me to slide off the road and into the ditch. Safety, peace, and forgiveness, like John said, are found in God's light. We want to stay close to him as we go throughout our days. As James said in James chapter 4 and verse 8, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. We want to live and exist as close to God as possible. If we do, we know that God will continually draw near to us. So be in his word, pray to him each day, sing his praises, and you can know that he is always near. Have a blessed day in the Lord.